Coverage highlighting the press conference from the Utah governor, Kash Patel, the FBI director, and local law enforcement as they announced intricate details into the arrest of Tyler Robinson, a 22-year-old who they allege carried out that shooting. The Republican governor also taking a moment, hoping to cool down the political temperatures here, saying essentially that this is a test on the American experience. Very
much needed, talking about basically thanking the family member who helped bring Tyler Robinson into custody. And as we know, this all unfolded from the president minutes before that press conference, releasing that information to the public. We have Eyewitness News reporter Phil Taitt, who is at Trump Tower, and you've been monitoring the heavy police presence there, Phil, but also reaction to this latest news. What is the latest from where you are?
Yeah, well, Shirlene, good morning. There has been just intense police presence outside of Trump Tower all morning long. We do know that the president had spent the night here at Trump Tower. He did that appearance at Fox and Friends where he broke that news, where we learned that a suspect was in custody. We've been listening to that press conference along with you all as authorities now tell us that they have that suspected gunman, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, now in their custody. Now, in this press conference, we had an opportunity to learn how his family played a role in bringing him in, as well as that roommate that they had interviewed as well. On your screen is a photo of this alleged suspect. Now, we're told a family member had reached out to law enforcement that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he committed a crime. Now, information was then pushed forward to multiple agencies who then reviewed additional video surveillance. They identified Robinson arriving on UVU campus in a gray Dodge Challenger. This was on September 10th, and that's where they saw him. And it was in a video where he was wearing that maroon t-shirt, light colored shorts, a black hat with a white logo, and light colored shoes. Now, he was seen in that same clothing 2 days later in those surveillance images. Now, investigators, they interviewed a family member of Robinson who stated that he had become more political in recent years. Now, also important to note, investigators also interviewed a roommate of Robinson who showed messages affiliated with the contact Tyler and stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush. Now, I want you all to take a listen to investigators who really showed much about what led them here and where they stand in their investigation.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them or implied that he had committed the incident.
And just last night, the suspect was taken into custody at 10 p.m. local time. In less than 36 hours, 33 to be precise, thanks to the full weight of the federal government and leading out with the partners here in the state of Utah and Governor Cox, the suspect was apprehended in a historic time period.
Yeah, and many of these investigators as well as officials said that this was done in record time, 36 hours that led them to this point. And important to note that charges have not been announced as of yet. Those are forthcoming. Now, officials do say that there were thousands of leads, as we reported even earlier this morning, as they were combing through much forensic evidence. They were really looking for the public's help to bring this person in. Again, we now know that that suspected gunman is in custody, who has been identified as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. We are live in Midtown this morning. I'm Phil Taitt, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Phil. You watched that breaking news live. You watched Phil's great wrap-up of that. And again, Kash Patel being very particular, said 36 hours, but then corrected it to 33 hours. Last night coming in at about 10 p.m. Also mentioned that there were 11,000 leads called into the FBI for investigation.
And it was that family member who saw those images that were released yesterday.
Yeah.
And that's how they identified that it was their child.
And they did credit not only social media, but the media in general for making sure that the information and the images got out there so people can take a look, see something, say something. And it was a family member who saw something.
A lot of questions about what's going to happen next, what kind of charges he's going to face. So obviously we're going to stay on top of that.
So glad that you watched it with us or could see it with us. I also thought it was wonderful that the Utah governor, Spencer Cox, took some time to take down the political rhetoric.
The tone of that news conference.
Yeah, thought that was great. So we're going to give you